Achievable is the best learning program available today for the SIE exam. To learn more and to gain access to a free trial, go to achievable.me. Now that you've learned about the secondary market, let's jump into a topic that is heavily tested on the SIE exam and see a practice question that could be very similar to something that you would see on the real exam. Let's put the question on the board, and if you want to take a moment to hit pause, read through this question and see if you can answer it yourself, now's the time to do that. All right, let's go ahead and break this question down together and see if you got to the right answer. So we have a customer that buys a stock in the OTC markets and is charged a commission. And the question is, what capacity did the financial firm that was working with the customer act in to give him those shares of stock? A big aspect of FINRA exams is understanding the vocabulary that we use in finance. When you buy or sell a security, the financial firm that will help you do that will either act in one of two different capacities, either an agency capacity or a principal capacity. An agency capacity occurs when a financial firm connects a buyer and a seller. So let's say that you're in the market to buy 100 shares of Coca-Cola stock. If your financial firm connects you, the buyer, with a seller in the market, they're going to charge a commission, and that effectively is an agency trade. Your financial firm was acting as a middleman. And this is really not terribly different than how other things outside of finance work. For example, real estate. A real estate broker's job is to connect buyers with sellers. So if you're looking for a house, you're going to hire a real estate broker, also sometimes referred to as a real estate agent, and that person's job is to show you a bunch of homes in hopes that they're going to connect you, the buyer, with a seller. And when they do, they collect a commission. That is one way that financial firms help their customers buy and sell securities, through an agency capacity. The only other way is through a principal capacity, and this occurs when the financial firm actually owns what it is the customer is looking for or is looking to actually buy the security that the customer is looking to sell. So let's look at it through both the buy side and the sell side through the perspective of the customer. If you wanted to buy 100 shares of Coca-Cola stock and your financial firm just happened to own that stock in their inventory, they could sell you that stock without having to connect you with another investor out there in the market. Your financial firm is selling that stock directly out of their inventory. A lot of times we refer to that type of capacity as a dealer capacity. The term dealer is also something that we see outside of finance. Car dealers, boat dealers, even drug dealers. Let's think about how a car dealership makes money. They buy cars directly from the manufacturer at a marked down price, put it in their inventory, and then try to sell it out at a marked up price. That is how dealers or anything acting in a principal capacity makes money. And you definitely want to associate markups and markdowns with dealers. And whether we're talking about a car dealership or a dealer of stock, they all do the same things. Now, before we move on from principal, just to talk about the sell side from the customer's perspective, if you wanted to sell 100 shares of Coca-Cola and the firm was acting in a principal capacity, they would buy that stock from you, likely at a marked down price, and put that stock directly into their inventory. So to summarize both agency and principal, these are two different ways that financial firms can help you or any investor do a transaction. And they're either connecting buyers and sellers and acting in an agency capacity and earning a commission when they do so, or they are buying into or selling from their inventory and marking down prices when they buy in, marking up prices when they're selling out, and effectively that is when they're acting in a principal, also known as a dealer capacity. If we go back to the question, the answer should be pretty clear. Anytime they mention the word commission, you always want to associate that with the term agency. Now, the only term we didn't talk about up here is the term market maker. Market makers are financial firms that trade directly with the public, and they buy securities from customers and put them into their inventory and sell those same securities out of their inventory at a higher or marked up price. So you definitely want to associate the term market maker with principal and dealer.